Hello, Divine Ones. Happy October. Wow, this month is going to be so interesting, so deep and transformational, and I'm so excited to give you all the look ahead for the month of October. With that being said, I'm just going to invite you all to drop in with me for a moment. Go ahead, if this feels welcome, to close your eyes if you're in a safe environment to do so. Just take a breath. Calling upon all of the four directions and the spirits and the energies and elements of each direction to support us in this reading today. May this reading serve the highest good for all involved, and may it reach the hearts that it is meant to. Okay. So, as I was tuning into the month of October, I went ahead and pulled an oracle card, and the first card that popped out was Healing is Happening. You're not broken. Trust the process, and it is safe to soften. This month is really all about trusting the path that you're on. And if you're feeling that you are feeling stuck or have self-doubt, just know that you're exactly where you're supposed to be, and that everything is happening in divine timing for when the universe is knowing that you're open to receiving what it's here to give you. So in order to be open to receive what it's here to give you, we must clear some space within our bodies, our energetic fields, in order to receive. And so I'm just going to invite you to think about anything in your life. Maybe it's a friendship, maybe it's a partnership, maybe it's a job, something that doesn't feel like it really aligns with your values. And just take a look at maybe why you're holding on to it. Why is it that you're feeling called to stay in a situation that you know really isn't great for you, and that you keep finding yourself just being a part of? You know, and the point of this is being able to just look at it with self-compassion and just curiosity. Curiosity is the medicine here. I tell my clients that all the time. Curiosity allows us to explore without needing to judge or criticize ourselves, because there's a reason why you're in the position that you're in. There's a reason why you're, having this misalignment in either a relationship or a career, because it's meant to teach you something. It's an opportunity to learn. And October is all about looking at the shadows within, going in, being really just taking some time to be in silence and be internal. As the fall slowly creeps in, we're really being asked to be with ourselves and notice our stories, notice our projections, notice the shadows that are coming up for us to embrace and to lean into, not run away from anymore. And the shadows aren't here to scare you. They're here to teach you something. And so, for an example, a shadow that I'm currently working through is this fear of being seen. And for me, fear of being seen really is like fear of rejection, fear of criticism from other people when I'm, sharing my voice. And I spent so many years, lifetimes even, being afraid of sharing my voice and my truth because I was afraid of how other people would perceive me. And that's something that's my work, right? That's something that I have to take responsibility for, and to learn and integrate the shadow and embrace it. Well, I'm doing something like this. I'm showing up on YouTube when it's really uncomfortable to do this, in order to alchemize the shadow that's within myself of this fear of being seen. So that's just one example of how you can take a shadow and transmute it into something more beneficial. So I just, invite you to look at that within yourself and see what it is that maybe is percolating, or that's been there for a while. I'm getting like fear of abandonment coming up for some people. Maybe you're you're afraid of being abandoned by someone, maybe it's a friend or a partner, and it's causing you to act in misaligned ways, or ways in which there are coping strategies that you learned as a child in order to protect yourself. And just know that like healing is happening, and healing happens when we are able to be really honest with ourselves and take time to look at what's coming up. Okay, so something about this is also knowing that sometimes the pain is the portal to your liberation. So sometimes we really have to allow ourselves to feel what's inside, the pain that's what's inside, in order to break free from it. And this is really, really special because it gives us agency. It gives us an opportunity to really trust ourselves, to hold whatever's coming up, so that we can live a little bit more of a life that's in alignment and that's honoring our truth. And in order to do that, we have to know what our truth is. We have to know what that seed of truth is, and that's something that, you know, doesn't happen overnight. I suggest finding somebody to support you in finding and discovering that truth. I support my clients in my community in that. So if you're interested in going deeper, please reach out to me. I'm here to to walk the journey into the rites of passage, into the initiation with you, because we're all at different parts of our journey, and sometimes we just need somebody to meet us where we're at. And so just know that I'm here as a guide for you in that. It's one of my favorite, most precious parts of my work is really walking people through those thresholds and transforming old behaviors, old versions of self, so that you can be more in alignment with who it is that you truly are before the conditioning and the trauma and the societal norms got programmed into you. This is Earth School. This is what we came here to learn and to evolve from. So just keep that in mind as we move along with these videos. Something I'm also feeling into is that I feel like some people are holding some pain in their jaw, some tension in their jaw, and the spirit guides are saying, what are you not communicating? What are you afraid of communicating? What is it that you're holding back because you have a fear of maybe someone abandoning you because you're speaking something true and honest? And what we have to remember is that when we don't speak what's truly in our hearts in a non-violent communicative way, right? We don't want to just like completely blast somebody with what's happening. We want to be really mindful of how we deliver it. But like when we share what's on our hearts with those that we love, or a business or a corporation that we're working with, or somebody that we're working for, it's really an opportunity for you to not feel like you have to keep it suppressed and repressed. I mean, we live in a culture where we have been taught that it's not safe for us to use our voices, especially as women. I mean, we have been for centuries put into corners, being told that our voices don't matter, that our opinions don't matter, that our worthiness is not as valued as others. And it's an opportunity for you to really use that voice and to heal the lines of oppression against sharing your truth and your voice outside. And so the invitation for you would be to really look at that for yourself. What is it that you're not communicating? What are the stories that you're making up about why you're not communicating them? What are the fears there? And really transmuting that. This month we have a beautiful opportunity to connect with our ancestors more closely than any month of the year because of Samhain, and that's when the veil is thin, which is the day of Halloween, August 31st. And so around that time, you really want to make sure that you call upon your ancestors to support you in this process of communication, of healing, of sharing yourself a little bit more than maybe you otherwise would at a different time. They're here to support you. Your ancestors and guides really want you to ask them for support. That's what they're here for. And when you do that, you also heal the ancestral line that maybe the wound of fear of speaking your truth has come from. Maybe you learned it from your mother, and your mother learned it from their mother, and so forth. This is how generational trauma gets passed down onto us, and you're here to break that. Something personal here is that my mother had way less opportunities to speak her truth given her conditions, and I feel like it's up to me to share the magic and the wisdom that's not only both in her but in me and our ancestral line, out of honor and reverence, because she was less fortunate than I am. She had a lot more things against her than I do, and so I feel like it's my duty to show up in this way. And what a blessing, right? But I also, like, you know, I had to lean into some discomfort in order to feel like I could do this. I could share my truth, and it was going to be welcomed, and to not care about what other people will think about that. So yeah. Yeah. So another thing for this month is to think about whatever you're wearing is going to be supportive for embracing the energetic shifts of the month. So in my videos, I'll be sharing more about my interest in fashion and where I get my clothes from, because it's not just fashion to me. It's not just a material status thing. It's actually a level of self-expression and freedom that I have when I put on something that I really love and feel confident in, especially if I get it at a vintage shop or I get it somewhere special. I just really love that, and then I use that to allow myself to embody that energy throughout the month. So right now I'm wearing, like you can see, it's like orange and black and white. And so these colors can really support in bringing out this energy, feeling safe enough to express yourself, your voice. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling about the month of October, are these colors. White is also really good for spiritual protection. So if you're feeling like you need some spiritual protection around, white is really great. Use that. Use that if you're going into like a grocery store and you know you're vulnerable and you don't want to pick up any other people's energy. I'll talk more about energy protection in a later video, but that's just, you know, an option to think about. Oh, okay. I'm feeling into if there's anything else that the guides or my ancestors want to gift you before we move forward. Just know that you're supported. Know that you're fully supported, and that leap that the universe is asking you to make is something to lean into and consider, and sit with what would happen if you didn't make that leap. How would you feel? How would you suffer more? Then taking a risk and being bold and putting yourself out there in a more uncomfortable way, kind of like the Fool card, where he just takes a leap of faith and trusts that he's caught, trusts that he is supported. Yeah, that I'm just seeing the Fool image in my mind. Yeah. Oh, and then this month, as we're working with the shadows, a really powerful animal to call in to support that is Mother Jaguar, who is associated with the direction of the West in shamanic culture. And so you can call upon your Mother Jaguar guide if you have a relationship with her already, to support you in moving through the shadows and healing them and coming into your power. And yeah, I just want to do like like this because she's so fierce and like so protective and so strong and like and so strategic too, you know. So utilizing that energy is going to be really helpful. And if you're interested in journeying with your Jaguar guide, please let me know. You can sign up in the description below and we can do a shamanic journey down to meet your Jaguar medicine guide and go deep into some of the shadows that are being called to be transmuted at this time. Okay, wow, that was really beautiful. I'm really excited for this month. I think it will be really transformational for a lot of people. It'll also be, you know, difficult. It's gonna be difficult, but this is why we have community. This is why we have our guides to support us, our ancestors to support us. So yeah, that's all for now. If you are interested in learning more and wanting a little bit deeper dive into the month of October and some of my offerings that I give my community, you can go to my Substack via the link below in my description and sign up in my newsletter. And if you become a paid subscriber, you get to enjoy a really beautiful community circle that I'm going to be hosting October 24th. And yeah, I hope to see you there. And right now, if you subscribe, you get 10% off. So follow my community, follow me over there. There'll be more deeper dives, as well as if you want a personalized energy expression reading, you can sign up via the link in my bio, and there are going to be only 6 available per month because that is all I have time for. Okay, sending so many blessings this month, and make sure to subscribe, like, and share to your kin. It would be really, really appreciative.